The knee-jerk reaction to President Trump's tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico predictably revolves around the well-worn talking points of economic disruption, rising prices, and trade wars. However, for those with a stake in the mining industry, these tariffs represent a long-overdue correction that will re-establish American industrial dominance and national security while ensuring the domestic mining sector thrives. For decades, China has manipulated global markets by flooding the world with cheap, state-subsidized minerals and metals, undermining American mining operations. The result has been devastating job losses, mine closures, and an increased dependency on foreign supply chains that weaken national security. The Biden administration's continuation of Trump-era tariffs on China recognized this reality, but it did not go far enough. Trump's latest tariff escalation should be viewed as a necessary and aggressive step towards securing America's mineral independence. Canada and Mexico's retaliatory stance is equally misplaced. Canada may pride itself on being a mining powerhouse, but its restrictive environmental and labor policies have made investment in American mining projects less attractive. Moreover, Canada's dominance in supplying key minerals such as potash and nickel to the U.S. means it has long benefited from America's underutilized mining capacity. If Canada truly values North American economic integration, it should be working with the U.S. to expand mining and refining capacity, not retaliating against efforts to level the playing field. Mexico, on the other hand, has become a hotbed of cartel-controlled illegal mining, particularly in the extraction of gold, iron ore, and lithium. By imposing tariffs, Trump is sending a clear message that American security and economic interests will no longer be subservient to a corrupt system that funnels wealth to criminal enterprises. If Mexico wants to maintain favorable trade relations, it should prioritize cleaning up its mining sector rather than crying foul over tariffs. Critics argue that these tariffs will lead to higher prices for cars, construction materials, and consumer goods. While there may be short-term disruptions, the long-term benefits far outweigh these temporary inconveniences. A reinvigorated domestic mining industry means more American jobs, more control over strategic resources, and less dependence on adversarial nations. Furthermore, China, Canada, and Mexico should recognize that America is the largest consumer market in the world. They need access to American buyers far more than the U.S. needs their resources, especially when the country is sitting on trillions of dollars worth of untapped mineral wealth. Rather than engaging in retaliatory measures, these nations should be negotiating fair trade policies that encourage domestic resource development in the United States. The Biden administration failed to capitalize on America's mineral potential, caving to environmental extremists while leaving the country vulnerable to supply chain shocks. Trump's tariffs, however, lay the groundwork for a mining renaissance that will put America back on top in the global resource game. For too long, the U.S. mining sector has been treated as a second-class industry, throttled by foreign competition and burdensome regulation. If these tariffs force China, Canada, and Mexico to play fair and in the process reignite domestic mining and mineral production, then they should not only be welcomed but expanded upon. The time for half measures is over. America's mining industry must be restored to its rightful place as the foundation of economic strength and national security. Joseph Schaffhausen, my independent commentary for Skilling's Mining Review.